Welcome to Listen Up Now to let you know what's going on in your world and my world. Your guy, my guy, right guy.
Welcome back. We have another exciting episode ahead, joined by our super duper guest,
Jaime Costolo, Deputy Director of the Olney Chamber of Commerce.
Jaime, welcome. We really appreciate you taking the time to join us today, and we're excited to pick your brain, learn some more about this incredible community here in Olney, the different things that you're doing, the initiatives you're serving, and really how everyone can get involved. So we thank you again, and first and foremost, how are you doing today?
Great. Thanks for having me.
Well, Jaime, I'm going to jump right into it. How long you been with the Chamber?
About 3 years.
And in those 3 years, how annoying have we been to you at all these events that we participate in?
Not at all. You guys are great. You always bring a lot of fun and passion, and I'm always glad to see you there.
Well, thank you much. Thank you much. And one of the things I want to know, being with the Chamber the last 3 years, in those 3 years, have you seen a higher usage or a stagnated use of social media for businesses?
Oh, I think it's exploded, especially in the Olney area. I think that our local businesses are really learning how to use it to their advantage, how to reach our community better. You know, they're being smart with the way that they're reaching out to the community and to each other.
Absolutely. And I know, coming off events, especially you guys were so kind and so helpful in helping us do our ribbon cutting ceremony for our Rockville office that opened up last year. And through that process, I know you're the number one go-to. You're taking video, you're taking pictures, you're editing things together, tagging, posting. How much of a hand do you have in all the posts that go out, all the digital communication that goes out through the Chamber?
That would be me.
100%.
100% hands.
Okay.
And well, that's not true. Terry also does help from time to time, and she's awesome at it. So she also does, tag or put things up when, she finds something interesting. And she is also an awesome content gatherer in terms of pictures and videos. She always gets exactly what I need. So
sounds like me and Terry are the same person. I just take pictures and forward them, and then Rye Guy does all the magic, and here we go. And you know what? That's an important thing, because social media right now, people think it's so simple, and it's ever evolving. Currently, with AI coming to the forefront in social media, how is the Chamber using the different platforms on AI to help promote or bring awareness to the area?
So I think we're still new, and I think everyone is a little bit new at getting used to AI and what we're using. I think we need to be really careful about using it and not losing the personal touch.
Sure.
Because I think the Chamber, is all about relationships, and that's what we do, is develop relationships with our local businesses, help our local businesses develop relationships with the community and with each other. You don't want to lose kind of your own voice in social media by using too much AI, because then it does kind of cloud your own voice. But it is also a time saver and super helpful, and especially to businesses that are maybe one-man shops or, have stretched staffing. AI is a game changer in terms of just helping them do things, faster.
Yeah, my AI is sitting right to the left of you there, and I'm always on him on the different things, how, can the business improve via those platforms. And currently, is the Chamber offering any type of programs to the businesses to learn more about AI, or does the Chamber have someone in its network that's out there helping the business?
We recently, it's actually on our website, or it's in our member portal, I believe. Our members have access to it. Had a training with
one of your members?
A membership that did a little bit of the training on using AI in your local businesses. We also have done social media trainings before with some of our local businesses. I think that it's really a time issue when it comes to using social media for a lot of our businesses. It's not necessarily their priority. And I think people really underestimate the amount of time that it does take to be consistent with your social media.
It's one of those things, especially if we're talking about businesses that have been in the community for a long time, they've been doing things a certain way for a while, there's naturally a resistance to change, and especially with things that maybe you don't understand or aren't so prevalent in your world. So that could be a lot of people kind of being slow moving or not getting quite on the forefront of technology, social media, and the importance of it. But I think you guys have done a really good job of sort of bringing that to the community, advancing it in your own respect to spread that community news, but then also educating people on how they can use it for their own businesses and improve their outcomes. So I did want to ask, with this sort of shift to digital, which definitely became more and more prevalent through COVID, when did you guys sort of first start really getting into the social media game, per se?
Well, when Terry hired me,
Smart move, Terry.
2022. At that time, I was thinking that, I'd always been in marketing, and my background's in marketing and advertising. And I was really thinking about maybe going back to school, because I had been out of work raising my kids for the previous 15 years. And so coming from that era of 15 years prior, where when I left my marketing job, an email blast was kind of where we were. Facebook had just started.
MySpace.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a totally different world that we lived in. And so to get, marketing wise up to speed, I really felt like, well, maybe I need to go back to school. Maybe I needed to, do some more education to understand where we were now in a digital age. And I really was hired to do the books for the chamber, to do really the accounting pieces for the chamber. And I said to Terry, at the time, we did have some social media accounts. There weren't huge followings, but we did have some accounts. And I said, as part of my kind of learning by fire, could I just kind of try some stuff out and we'll see what happens as we go? And she was like, sure, do what you want to do on there. Doing something is better than doing nothing. So let's all, give it a try. And so we did. And we've just built, very quickly since then.
I definitely want to work for Terry. I love that. And you know what? But you need that support in social media because it's the creativity. It's a beta test all the time.
I think a big part of it also is since, Terry started at the chamber about 6 or so months before me, maybe a little bit longer than that. And so we were both relatively new to the organization and deciding how we wanted to move forward with the organization, and how to bring it into the kind of this age that we're in now. The chamber's been around since 1964, and we just saw like different businesses coming, and we've seen a lot of young entrepreneurs coming, and we knew that we needed to connect with people in a different way than maybe the chamber had in the past. And so in connecting with some of our younger members that have now been in this era, we realized, wow, like they really value social media. They really value, things like LinkedIn and Facebook even and Instagram. We need to be a part of it with them if we want to help support them.
Now, I do have a question. As far as the members, we're talking about business owners now. Olney has a very seasoned group of business owners. For those new business owners that are coming in under, let's say, 30, are we seeing a growth in business owners in Olney under 30?
I would say in terms of, I don't know overall, but as part of the chamber, yes. Because we see a lot of people that grew up in Olney, kind of went to school or went out
now become
in the
professionals.
World, and they've come back to Olney to start a business and live, and they really are interested in giving back to the community. Yeah. We have a number of Sherwood graduates, good council folks, people that really have always been part of the community that have then started businesses. There's people like James Creek, Lawn and Landscaping, Pegasus, Contracting, Nick Camo and Mortgage. These are all people that have grown up in this area.
Definitely generational talent, generational living. Olney is absolutely built for that. And when they come back to the community and they come to you, what are some of the things that they're asking for help with? Is it still the basics and help me get my name out? Or is it, hey, let's try this together and see what we get out of it?
I think that there's also relationship building.
More collaborations.
They want to learn how to network. They want to also know not only people their own age, but it benefits them to meet more established older businesses too. And they look to those businesses for other needs in terms of there's people that need to support them in, taxes and, doing their books and, hiring. There's just a lot that goes into a business besides what the actual business is. So, that's what we really see at the chamber is how we support people in all these different categories of business, run a business.
Community is obviously such a big part. It's like the overarching theme of everything we're talking about. And I wanted to know from your personal perspective, what is it about the Olney community that's different or really like has drawn you to your involvement with the chamber and ultimately putting so much into it?
Olney is very special because it is still small town. And the chamber is kind of a great example of that, where they all, our members, they come forward to really support the community. If we say that we want to do some work at the police station, if we say that we're hosting National Night Out or Community Day, we really find that our members and the local businesses of Olney step forward to want to support that sense of community. Our community gives back to the businesses and our businesses give to the community. So I just think it's a really tight relationship here.
You typically spend more time at work than you do at home. I'm in Silver Spring personally, but Olney is my second home. I spend 80% of my time out here. So the job that you guys have done with bringing everyone together, and more importantly, bringing in, you keep saying it's a small town. I disagree with that. You have your own Chick-fil-A, 7 financial institutions, and more importantly, great businesses like One Life have come into the area. Kava's right down the street here. So definitely small town, yes, but big boy attitude here.
I would say small town feel, but a lot of powerhouses.
Absolutely.
And I think that people really get comfortable in Olney. I think that's the other thing with Olney is that they feel like, well, there is everything I need to exist here.
It's like living on a hammock.
We always say live local, right?
Yes.
Not just shop local, dine local, live local.
Yeah.
Like go to your doctors in Olney, you can. Go to banks in Olney, you can. Go shop for gifts, dine, go to
Everything.
theater, go to museums. You can do all of that in Olney. People feel like, oh, I don't really ever have to leave here. We call it in the bubble.
This is, I guess, a big bubble that apparently only goes to Norbic, because nobody passes Norbic off of Georgia from Olney. It seems to be the marker. Everybody
The Rockville
just, yeah,
transition.
Rockville turnaround.
I don't know. We have a lot of chamber members that really they've made live in Olney and they kind of work the surrounding areas. So we do, have a lot of, and we have chamber members that stretch from, really Silver Spring out towards Laytonsville into Rockville, Gaithersburg.
And something I want to hit on as well, we were talking with Terry last time about the exciting upcoming events and new happenings in the community that are going on. And one that I've heard about and I wanted to ask you about was the Sandy Spring Cultural Center. Could you tell us a little more about what's going on there?
Oh, sure. Just like we have seen, they're building at the Olney Theater, but they're also building at the Sandy Spring Museum. They've built a new cultural center called Willow Grove Cultural Center, and they've opened it last week, but there are great events that they're hosting for the community there. I think this week they've had like a sewing circle that's free and open to the community. They have, I think, a meditation Monday or Tuesday that they do that's open to the community. They have a jazz band open call.
This is the reason why nobody leaves.
Yeah, there you go.
There's always something going on.
But they really do. They have a lot of kind of open callings to the community to come and enjoy these different cultural events. And they also, have then different classes that they have that will be available there. So just a great local spot. And we're very fortunate to have something like that right in our backyard.
We got a Lone Oak Halloween party. We got the museum now we have to do. We need a third. What's the third? What else should we do in
Guys,
Olney?
I did go the other night and see Red Pitch at Olney Theater. It was awesome.
Okay, Red Pitch.
Wow.
It was
All right.
awesome. It's it's not soccer, it's football.
Football, yes.
Football. It's a great show.
Okay.
If you guys haven't been over there.
We're going to make our way over there for
And
sure.
they just opened their 25-26 season pass. So they have actually a few original things coming to the Olney Theater, which is really neat. And then don't forget, there's always some Friday Night Lights coming up. Always a good time at Sherwood or at Good Counsel or Magruder's also, in our hood.
Fall's upon us. I'm sure there's going to be some pumpkin patches, some hay rides going
Lots
on.
of pumpkin, but then lots of fall festivals. There's the only another fun thing people forget about. The Only Antique Market is having their open market, so they have food trucks and
on Georgia Avenue.
on Georgia Avenue.
Oh,
they
I
have
love that place. I'm an antiquer,
right?
sadly to say,
treasures.
but happily.
There's
yes.
treasures to find there.
We thank you so much, Jamie, for joining us today. We're just about out of time. So before we go, I just wanted to ask you, do you have any final shout outs or anything that you're looking forward to in this year to come for the Olney Chamber?
We're always looking forward to new businesses opening locally, having our members return and renew and enjoy our support. We love supporting our community and the businesses. Can't wait to have another great year. Community Day is going to be coming up in March 1st. And,
March 1st.
At Good Counsel High School. And that will be our next big event that we're going to host with the community.
Well, every day is Community Day out here in Olney with the great people from the Olney Chamber of Commerce. Thank you so much for joining us.